Okay, now I'm really starting to crack up how these prompts are kind of stacking on top of each other. So if you're joining us for the first time, 365 journal prompts to capture the goodness of God out of the Create Your Victory Channel journal. I'm Brenda Hare, the author of this journal and several other books, as you can see behind me. Available on Amazon. You can grab a copy and join us. Today we are on page 165, and we are talking about the prompt, He was and is still to come. I love this verse. This is out of scripture, obviously. I love it because when we think about He was, when we think about He was, we're thinking about He was as mainly biblical times, right? That's where people think about, oh, the God who was, the God of Jacob, that's how people think of Him. The God who, freed everyone from Egypt and parted the sea, and that God. Okay. But He still is God right now. And when we're talking about the now, right? I can say in my life, He was yesterday that God for me. He was 5 years ago that God for me. He was the God who rescued me when I was suicidal. He was the God that rescued me when I was in bed with Lyme disease. He was the God who rescued me from car accidents and He was that God. Now He is the God I serve today. He is here and present and alive, and His Spirit lives in me, and He is still to come. And when I was writing in this journal, I was thinking about, when I write in this, I often think about the legacy of it, right? That we're leaving this behind for our family and our friends. Not only does it serve a purpose for us to go back to the altar, if you will, the scripture talks about, building a place of memorial for God, and that you would remember all that He's done. This is that, right? We just celebrated Memorial Day about a week ago, and this is that for you. This is your memorial of all the goodness God has done, all the sacrifice, all the places He's shown up in your life. But He's still to come. So when we talk about this in the sense of this journal and giving it on to somebody else, I want my family, I want my kids and my grandkids to read about the God who was my God in my time, in my life. Not just the God of the Bible and who He was then, but the God He was in my life. It really makes me want to weep, you guys, to think about all the experiences. I mean, you think about the Bible and you think about all the stories that are in there and how you can see God show up and what He does and how He transforms people. Imagine, if you will, your family reading about your God doing that for you. For you. That's powerful. That is powerful. They're going to read about the God who was, but He's going to be the God who was in your life, active and living and working in your life. But He is that God, same God for them, and He is still to come. Now, maybe He will come back before my lifetime is over. Maybe He won't. We're not to know of that time specifically, but I believe the end is coming. I'm not one of those people to go, off the deep end and be that way. But I believe we need to prepare and we need to be ready. And part of that is being confident in who God is in our life and sharing our faith. And this journal will help you build that. So I hope that you'll grab a copy, join us, document it in your life, the goodness. But think about that specific verse, this specific prompt, if you will. He was, He is, and He is still to come. Who was God yesterday in your life? If He wasn't, you probably need to stop right now and invite Him in. If you're not seeing His hand at work, you probably need to slow down. Take some time. It's so powerful, you guys, I'm telling you. People see me and they'll say things to me like, oh, I'm intimidated by you. I get this a lot. Because I do come across as somebody once told me, very certain. That's how you're very certain. And I thought, that's a very interesting way to look at things. And I thought, you know what? I'm really not certain of a lot of things other than I'm certain of this. I'm certain that I have seen God work in my life, and I'm certain that His word is true and that He will work again. That's all I'm certain of. The other things, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen today or tomorrow. I wish I knew. If you've been following along for any length of time, you know that I'm a recovering control freak. So I wish I knew, but I don't know. I don't know. But I know that my God was a great God yesterday. He's a great God right now. He's here and alive and living in me. And he's still to come. I hope that you'll take some time to think about that. Who was God in your life yesterday? And spend some time writing down, who is the God you want your family to think about when they read about your life, when they read about your God showing up in your life. What does that look like? It's powerful stuff, you guys. Till tomorrow.